Hello and welcome to How to Channel. Yesterday we looked at one way of working on our fears around channeling, because fears are the biggest blockers to be able to channel. There are many other ways that I would suggest. One way that I use with people is EFT, and I will just give you a quick rundown of how to use EFT, Energy EFT, emotional freedom technique, very simply to get rid of your fears. So just like yesterday, we ask, where is this fear located in my body? Once you have found where the fear is located and placed your hands over it, we start our EFT, always holding in our mind the feeling of where this fear is, but being aware that it may change position as we tap. So you are allowing it to move or to dissipate or to feel different. But we begin by placing our hands over our heart center and taking 3 deep breaths. And now we just say, I release this fear of channeling. And then we begin to tap using all 4 fingers right over the crown chakra. And you can tap very gently. You don't have to hammer as you're tapping. This is a very gentle thing. You can even tap just above without touching your physical body, which can actually be really powerful and healing. You will feel like a slight magnetic force there. Okay, so we are just going to tap and say, I release this feeling of fear in my, and you will say where that fear is. So it could be in your chest, it could be in your solar plexus, it might be in your elbow, wherever it is. I release this fear of channeling in my, and say the word. We then move on to the brow chakra, and again just tapping gently, and we say, I can feel this fear as, and then you just describe how it feels. It may be a pain, it might make you feel sick, it might just be a butterfly sensation. Whatever the sensation is, not the emotion, but the sensation, I want you to describe it now. We then move on to the corner of your eye, just here where your eyebrow comes down to meet your nose. And we tap again. And each tap that we do, we're taking nice, deep, relaxed breaths as we speak. I now release this fear of channeling. And then we move on to the point at the corner of the eye. I wish to release this feeling in my, that makes me scared of channeling. As you tap, other emotions may come up, or you might feel that this is moving to somewhere else. So keep following with your awareness what's happening in your body regarding this fear and what emotions are coming up. And if a big emotion comes up or a memory, we're going on to this point here on the cheekbone, straight down from the pupil of your eye if you were looking forward. Now just tapping gently, nice calm breaths. I now release this emotion that is attached to this fear, or this memory that is attached to this fear. I just let it go. It's no longer needed. And then we are going to move to the point that is between the nose and the lips, just in the center. I now release this fear of channeling. I let it go. It is no longer needed. The next point is where your lip just comes down into that little indent. I now release this fear that feels like in my is now released. I let it go. There is no need for this fear any longer. The next point is where your collarbones meet in that little V, off to one side. There's a little dint and it goes inwards. Use all 4 fingers so that you get the point. You can tap on both sides, and as you're tapping you can change sides. You don't have to stick to one side if it's making your arm ache, just using one hand. Change sides as you need to. I no longer need the protection this fear gave me. I can release it, I can let it go. I am happy to release this fear now. And we move on to the thumb, the corner of the thumbnail. I now release this fear. And I'm going to speed up a bit here now because I know this video is getting quite long. But you can take as much time as you need on each of these points, and you can say whatever you need to say. Just make sure, here at this point, that you are becoming progressively more positive. I am happy to release this fear. What a relief to release this fear. How silly of me to hold on to that fear for so long. Look what it stopped me doing. This fear was not empowering me, and now I am empowered because it's gone. The last one is this point here with all 4 fingers on the edge of the hand. Say whatever you'd like at the end of this, something really positive. And we finish with our hands back over the chest, the heart center, and 3 deep breaths. That is 1 round of EFT. You can do as many rounds as you like until this fear dissipates. I'll see you tomorrow.